Topping today's news, Prime Minister Philip Davis and the Commissioner of Police hold a press conference today to talk about crime, the local Food Safety Authority addressing the Quaker Oats recall, potable water provided for vendors at Fish Fry, and the prodigal son's Junu Group will have to reimburse the government thousands of dollars. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jarino Saunders. This is your JCN Evening News, and it is a pleasure to have you join us. The Royal Bahamas Police Force held a press conference this afternoon at the police headquarters with both Prime Minister Philip Davis and Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernanda as the key speakers. According to Commissioner Fernanda, the purpose of the press conference is to update the public on the 19 murders that have occurred so far this year and the police's response. He began with the latest homicide on Friday night, 1st Street, Coconut Grove, where 3 people were shot, one of them succumbing to their injuries.
We know based on our investigation this far, the motive behind this matter is conflict. Based on the evidence and the information that we have at hand, it appeared to be as a result of conflict. The individual who was shot, based again on our investigation, we don't think he is the target. There's an individual who we are trying to locate at this time, and he knows who he is. We visited his home and asked family members to bring him into the police. This is an individual we are trying to find so that we can try to save him. And we are doing just that. But we are following some significant leads with respect to that matter.
Prime Minister Davis, who was invited to the police press briefing, has acknowledged what he describes as a bad start to the year. He said he feels it is important to let Bahamians know about some of the developments in the fight against crime, even from Parliament. He had this message for those involved in gangs.
We are implementing a detailed plan that addresses prevention, policing, prosecution, punishment, and rehabilitation. Tomorrow, I will be making the case in Parliament for new and tough changes to the existing bail law, so that violations of bail conditions will no longer be tolerated and lead to revocation of bail for that accused person. And I also want gang members to understand you're going to run out of places to hide. For 2 years, the police have been testing and evaluating facial recognition CCTV with extraordinary success and are now launching a major expansion of this technology. This technology can identify faces and license plate numbers and detect guns. We have emphasized the importance of collaboration, not just across different branches and agencies of government, but with the public as well.
The Prime Minister said many businesses have agreed to be a part of the new national security features that will improve the ability to detect crime and apprehend criminals. We'll have more on that press conference in a later report. The Bahamas Agriculture, Health and Food Safety Authority wishes to make the public aware of the ongoing food product recall by Quaker Oats Company. In December, Quaker Oats Company in Chicago, Illinois, voluntarily recalled up to 90 products, mainly granola bars and granola cereals, due to potential salmonella contamination that was also announced by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. At that time, those recalled products were distributed throughout the United States. Then on January 11th, the FDA posted that there were over 40 new products added to the Quaker Oats product recall list. And most recently, as of last week, January 26th, the Quaker Oats Company, through its authorized Bahamian distributor, Thompson Trading Company, issued a revised recall notice with additional products suspected of salmonella contamination that were distributed to the Bahamas, including Captain Crunch, All Berries cereals, chewy granola bars, and strawberry-flavored yogurts. The Department of Environmental Health Services has been made aware of the locally received recalled items and will ensure that these products have been removed from circulation, re-exported, or destroyed accordingly. For a complete list of the recalled products for consumers, you are asked to visit the Quaker Oats website, or you can also scan the Smart Label QR code on the product package to determine if a particular product that you may have has been recalled. In a statement released on Monday, former Court of Appeal President Dame Anita Allen shed light on the issue of bail for repeat offenders and the application of the death penalty, two topics that have been dominant in the public debate so far. According to Dame Anita Allen, who is currently the head of the Law Reform Commission, judges must strike the right balance between upholding the liberty of accused people and protecting the public. She said it is difficult to justify giving bail to a person suspected of committing multiple offenses while on bail, adding that bail application in such cases should be denied and the individual's bail revoked. As for the death penalty, Dame Anita Allen said prosecutors should be more aggressive in seeking the death penalty in appropriate murder cases. She reminded that the death penalty is still a punishment for murder prescribed by the laws of the Bahamas, albeit a Privy Council's ruling makes using the death penalty discretionary. Dame Anita believes there are still circumstances where the Privy Council may well find that cases in the Bahamas fall into the category of the worst and deserves the death penalty. She said while the death penalty remains on the law books, it ought to be imposed in cases appropriate for its application here in the Bahamas. Affectionately referred to by Bahamians as the fish fry, the government is implementing the long-awaited upgrades to its water sewage system by replacing the old 4-inch lateral sewer pipes with 550 feet of 10-inch PVC pipes.
The new sewer system has been meticulously designed with longevity in mind. It is constructed using high-quality materials that are capable of withstanding the test of time and also resisting corrosion. This means that we can expect reduced maintenance costs and fewer disruptions caused by pipe failures. The new pipes will have significantly higher capacity and allow increased water flow. In turn, the demand for water on our quay can be more effectively met during peak times of activity. This upgrade ensures that our quay will have a reliable and resilient sewer system that can support the business community's needs for many years to come. Now, more than just a technical advancement, this upgrade reflects the unwavering commitment of this government to invest in the growth and development of our quay. It is a
Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Jomo Campbell, underlined the importance of this improvement to one of the country's most popular local venues.
It will play a pivotal role in improving service quality and reliability to our customers, especially locals, as well as the increasing tourist demand that is placed on the quay. We'd like to extend our gratitude to this partnership with the ministry, all the ministries, and we all know that our quay is a very important cultural sport, and as usual, the corporation always seeks to provide the highest level of quality water services and sewer services.
Deputy General Manager of the Water and Sewage Corporation, Cyprian Gibson, spoke on how such upgrades will positively impact customers.
I'm sure all of you are familiar sometimes with some of the complaints that may come from the community. And so we want to address that one complaint at a time. And in addressing that, we want to ensure the vendors in particular that before we just simply come and push a project down their neck, that there will be consultation. PS and I and Mr. Miller now setting a date that we will have a town hall meeting so all vendors can be apprised of what's going on and what may be expected from them in the future to help to support this upgrade as well.
Minister Campbell assured vendors and the wider community around Western Esplanade and the Arawak Key area that work will not interrupt their daily schedule. The project is expected to cost just over $129,000 beginning at the end of this week, with completion in 4 to 6 weeks. And finally, in this segment, Junu Group prodigal sons will no longer receive funding from the government. if by March 31st this year they fail to return $30,000 in seed money provided to that A category group for their participation in the New Year's Day Junu Parade 2024 and the Boxing Day Junu Parade 2023, which they failed to appear in either of those particular events. According to a statement released today by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, an investigation determined that the prodigal sons, led by Eric Knowles, did not act under conditions outlined in the agreement signed by all Junu groups that received seed funding. The statement went on to explain that the ministry, which stands in proxy for the government and the people of the Bahamas, must ensure that all recipients of government funding must use those assets for the purpose they were awarded. Additionally, the ministry has launched an investigation throughout the islands of the Bahamas regarding all Junu groups who would have received seed funding but did not participate in the intended parades for which those funds were given. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after these commercials.